Welcome Wave Manga, I'm Agent Manga, and this is One Punch Man. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've done reviews for One Punch Man, but I'll be doing 3 chapters in this video just to like make up for all the times I haven't reviewed. And I've read all the chapters. I've been keeping up with the series. I just haven't been making reviews on it. Don't know why. Let's see. We start with 136, and we get to see Fubuki basically in a unique outfit. I don't know what to call this outfit. She looks good in it, but I don't know, like, it looks different to a normal one. And this chapter, I was going to make a review for it. I don't know why I didn't, but here it is. We get to see Darkshine, and the main part of this chapter is basically Darkshine is depressed after losing to Garou. Darkshine is just all like in a fetal position, basically being, I failed, I'm useless, I'm pathetic. And Zombie Man is just, they're like, looks like Darkshine got beaten, and Zombie Man is naked, and so is Putty Putty Prisoner. It's normal for Putty Putty Prisoner to be naked. Zombie Man less so, but you can't blame him. He just regenerated from being basically skeletized. Trademark. And Darkshine is just terrified of Garou. And in this chapter, we get to see Garou. We don't get to see him for the next few chapters, which I say is a waste of a perfectly good character like this. And we also get to see like Garou's like his goals. We don't in the webcomic, we don't really get his goals until later on in the arc, but it's okay if we get it now. His goal is basically he'll become the most terrifying monster of all time, and everybody will be afraid of him. So no fighting against each other. Garou believes if there's one big terrifying threat, and if everybody has a goal to defeat, a single goal that everybody has, then there won't be any conflicts, there won't be any deaths. And we get to see Garou in like this visioned monster form. Like you get to see Cthulhu, like some Godzilla-sized monsters. Garou crushes Cthulhu and I think bites off the heads of 2 Godzilla-sized monsters. And then the people are just so afraid of this form of Garou that looks like a normal guy, and I think a guy who, basically a pimp. This hand looks like a pimp hand. That's the only way I can describe this hand. I don't know why. But Garou, his goal is that he wants to become the worst monster, the most terrifying being in all of existence, so everybody has something to fight towards, something to defeat, somebody to defeat, which means that they'll essentially world peace. And I am on board with this. I don't think he's going about. He's officially a hero. He's trying to be a good guy by being a bad guy. And we get to see like this new form of Garou, which I think this is his awakened form. Like he is fully Garou. And then we get to see Darkshine just being afraid and unable to fight. And we get to see like a contrast between confident Darkshine and like his current cowardly form. And then My Mask just kicks Darkshine and just keeps wailing on him, being like, how are you being such a coward? Fight back. Basically, that the reason that I don't know how to explain it. It's just My Mask is so mad at Darkshine because he just didn't do it. He's just being a coward when he's so strong that he can do it. And Zombie Man, I think Atomic Samurai was going to get in there, and then Zombie Man was just like, nah, it's good. They keep talking, and basically Darkshine is still incredibly powerful. That's basically what they're trying to get to Darkshine. He's still strong as hell, but it doesn't, just because he lost once doesn't mean he's any less more powerful. He's still a great hero. And then we get to see Sairochi basically shooting at Drive Knight, shooting him down, and then Drive Knight just going into his motorcycle form and just going down the pillar and then just transforming back into a plane to go after her. And now we start getting, well, before we go any further, Tank Top Master's back. Yes! I believe Tank Top Master, he hasn't really gotten any real high feats or anywhere really. In the webcomic, he got a good feat, like a kinda good feat, but he doesn't really have like a good high tier feat. Like this, we get to see Tank Top Master. He threw a radio tower. He was just flying on the radio tower, basically like Thor, and is ready for combat. Zombie Man basically annoys Amai Mask while they're all planning like how to defeat Sairochi, and Amai Mask is just like, you're so creepy. And like, Child Emperor is like, this is the true power of the S-Class. If we all work together, we can defeat anything. And then Zombie Man basically talks shit about Amai Mask. Again, Amai Mask is like all veiny and is about to, has Zombie Man by the hair and is about to, and like, Child Emperor is like, stop! And that was the end of the chapter. I know it's not too long. I'm trying to get through these really quick because I'm sorry I haven't been reviewing them. I've been meaning to, very much so. And then we get to chapter 137, which the cover page is basically Bang Bomb. Bomb has a cigarette in, and Fubuki is on the page, and she looks fine. And it's just like, Fubuki is there, and I forgot she was there, basically being, we have to help Tatsumaki basically take this chick out. And then we see Tatsumaki at the top of the tower, basically being readying for combat, but then like Drive Knight is still fighting, and then he goes into, I think, a rook form. I think it's called his rook form. Like it's, he looks like kind of like a gladiator, like he has that gladiator mohawk. I don't know what this form is called, but it looks cool. And then you get like Genos and Tatsumaki basically on top of the tower, firing a beam at Sairochi. And then we get a flashback to basically, well, we get more in the next chapter. I'll just explain it now. Tatsumaki, when she was a little kid, was basically got kidnapped by, I think, the government or some evil organization, maybe even the organization, to basically analyze her psychic abilities since she was so powerful. But they do say that she's basically too weak for anything. And then a monster gets out and basically tries to kill a whole bunch of people. But then, a hero defeats the monster, and it is Blast. And he looks exactly like the look that Amai Mask had. And I think that Amai Mask has met Blast before, so that wasn't confirmed. That was never mentioned in the webcomic, but it's nice to know that with this we got the official look of Blast. And he got like the box that we'll see later on. Oh wait, it wasn't explained a lot. It's this chapter that's explained. I'm basically explaining. And he does mention that basically he does seem like a good guy, but he's basically given Tatsumaki advice like, don't expect people to just come around and save you. You have to be able to help yourself. And he says that you basically do have a cute little sister that you need help with, which means that he knows Fubuki, but she doesn't seem to know him. And we get to see a picture of Fubuki. She looks really young, like maybe 2 years old. If he met her when she was really young, then she wouldn't really know him, because he seems like really intimidating. He's really big and he's guy looks built. And Tatsumaki, she doesn't really grow any bigger than what she is right now, but she looks like a toddler, basically, compared to him. And she tries her best. Well, Drive Knight is still trying to shoot down Sairochi, and they go into like a tunnel where then Sairochi basically tries doing cave-ins, and Drive Knight is doing his best trying to stop her. Then she like fires off like laser beam flesh things. Then she like shapeshifts her Sairochi matter into like splitting around like something that Tatsumaki like tried to crush, and then she just transforms into like a dog type thing, then back to the jet, and kind of like, and Drive Knight kind of does the same thing, turning into his motorcycle, going into his tank form, then jet, just trying to take down Sairochi. Genos gets on board of Sairochi, and then Drive Knight gets on board. They both do kind of like a unibeam cannon to try to destroy Sairochi at the same time, and that's the end of that chapter. I'm trying to get through these fast. And then we get to the most recent chapter, which was dropped like a few days ago, and now we got like a full-on blast. Just trying to destroy Sairochi. And then she like opens up her mouth, like I think it's Genos and Drive Knight cutting open the back of her jet, and then she creates teeth and all that, and then she fires off a big blast, and then she kind of turns into an alien form. That's the best way I can describe it. Well, Tank Top Master, no wait, that's later on. Tank Top Master just starts yeeting boulders at her. Basically, like it looks like he's just his torso is just spinning around and he's throwing boulders at her. And like Fubuki looks terrified, and he's like, thanks to that buff, the tank top feels even more powerful. And she's like, why are you talking about your tank top? And I do believe that Tank Top Master could crush Fubuki with a single blow. And then Drive Knight, who is still sketch as fuck, goes up to Genos basically saying, we have compatible cores, which another stick to the fire that I do not trust Dr. Kuseno. He did something. There's something he's not telling Genos. Like, there's a lot, my thoughts, there's a lot of steps between what happened, and they're not all spelled out. And then basically Genos and Drive Knight do the fusion dance and becomes basically, I like to call Drive Genos. That's what I call it, Drive Genos, because it's Drive Knight and Genos. And like Genos like has a mask on, like it's not like a COVID mask, it's like a mask, like a gas mask, like something you put on your face to help you breathe when you're having a hard time breathing. And like he also has like a massive sword that cuts the Tatsuma that he has now. And then we get to the alien form that I said. Kind of looks like a combination between an alien and a woman, but then she creates a giant jaw out of her back and then fires a laser. I kind of like this type of thing with Sairochi and all that. I kind of like how Murata made a character that can keep changing their shape to allow them to attack, defend, get away. I kind of like it how it's moldable. And then Atomic Samurai shows up with Putty Putty Prisoner and Darkshine, basically trying to take down Sairochi. Well, they're both doing that most powerful attacks, like Beeline, like Atomic Beeline, which is like an atomic slash, but only in one spot, like 1,000 slashes in one spot. And then Putty Putty Prisoner does a move that we haven't seen since, like, when Boros invaded, like, Dark Angel Rush, Vibrating Dark Angel Rush, I think it's called. Yeah, like, Dark Angel Rush was the most powerful move that Darkshine had. I mean, Putty Putty Prisoner had when he fought. Like, it's when you put real killer intent into every attack. And then we get to see something really terrifying, like Darkshine looks enormous. He's about to kick, and he has tank top, I like to call cannon kick. And then something that you might not notice is like a flash of Cyrochi falls away. Drive Knight goes out, grabs it, and basically reels it in, basically being, I want that shit. And then Psychos does escape from Orochi. And then Orochi basically gets hit with I think it's dual Cross-Fang Dragon Slayer Fist, which is a combination of Wind Iron Cutter style and Water Stream Rock Smashing Fist, which both hit at the same time is a completely devastating move. And then Tatsumaki just goes in for a final attack, basically. But before that, we get to see Flashy Flash and Saitama, which basically Saitama is trying to get Flashy Flash out, and Flashy Flash is just like, I'm gonna spoil the joke. Saitama thought that Flashy Flash's arm was still stuck in there. No, Flashy Flash by this point can just pull his arm out. What he has is his whole sword stuck in there. So he's afraid of his sword breaking, and then Saitama just keeps pulling boulders out, throwing them to a side, and then we get to see this black cube that Blast was holding in the previous chapter. Saitama just throws it to the side, and this thing is heavy. Like when Saitama has it, it just seems like a normal cube. Don't know, but when he throws it back, it just crushes the ground. Like the Mike Wazowski monster, she doesn't even do anything. She can't even lift it. And then Tatsumaki does one of the most metal things I've seen. She grabs the pillar out of the ground. She telekinetically pulls the pillar out of the ground, flips it, and then infuses it with psychic energy. And then she just hits Orochi with it. Not Cyrochi, because Psychos was already fucked off. But then Orochi just gets destroyed. I don't know if Orochi is still around, but I'm saying he might be. I think he's definitely dead. And it looks amazing. It's just filled with Tatsumaki's energy pulsing through it and just lands it on top, absolutely crushing Orochi. And then we get to see like what happens next. Like during when Tatsumaki pulled the lands out of the ground, Flash's sword basically snapped in half, and when Tatsumaki was about to hit the ground, it basically, Saitama said, "What the hell? I thought that was your arm. That's why I didn't pull it all out." You're saying that you're afraid of breaking your sword, which was called Insta Kill, which I say is one of the most try-hard names I've ever heard. And then she just, I don't know, forget that. And then the Mike Wazowski monster tries to escape, and then she sees possibly God. And then it's like, we get to see God, and I am so sorry about this, but I never thought we'd see. This is all deviating from the webcomic. Like, God seems like the final boss of the series. I do think he is the final boss of the series, but I don't know how it's gonna go. Now, I think that's it for the. Yeah, that's it for the chapter, and I think that was pretty good. Sorry about being so late to be here. About making the reviews. I just wanted to make sure I got everything right. I'm sorry, I've just been like a whole bunch of stuff has been happening, and I just wanted to get things over and done with. I'm sorry. I'd like anybody to comment on this video, and if that's all, that's basically it. This is Web Manga, I am Angel Manga. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, and that's it. Bye.